Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Terry Godwalt. I'm the Director of Programming for the Center for Global Education and a teacher at Queen Elizabeth High School. Wasn't that a powerful movie? We're going to talk a little bit later in the presentation about how we can become involved in the North American release of another movie called Rise of the Eco Warriors that was inspired from that initial project. But what we are going to be talking about, what is possible when young people decide to change the world, and when we start with the classroom and link our classroom to the world. We're particularly important here, we're particularly fortunate here in Alberta to have a grade 6 curriculum that links so well to the project of Deforest Action coming out of our topic of trees and forests. It's a cross-curricular package of materials ranging from English, science, social, math, art, all of them brilliantly woven together, in which we train our students to become global citizens, seeing the world as their classroom rather than just a set of four walls, and linking the learning that's going on here in Alberta as they learn about our forests and compare it to an international case study going on in Borneo. Because you see, in Borneo, they're having some pretty significant issues. Over the last 70 years, they have lost well over 50% of their forests as a result of the cutting of the rainforest to palm oil production. 85% of the world comes from that region there. Now, it doesn't just affect the trees, though. It also affects the animals that live there within, and the principal of which is the orangutan that so many of our students would be able to identify, one of the great apes, and who comes from that island, and where that is the majority of its living space. And um, about 3.5 years ago, a series of schools from that region decided to come together and to make a difference. And they've created, along with the Center for Global Education and Taking It Global and Microsoft, a series of online resources for teachers. Again, cross-curricular in nature, addressing 21st century skills and global citizenship. Brilliant materials that teachers can use within their classroom as they seek to make those connections. And the main tool for that is the virtual classroom. And this is where students have an opportunity to write blogs or short writings that they can share with their peers. They can compare and upload pictures, compare videos, and have a great time of collaboration as these different regions and countries compare their forests and work together to address the issue of what's going on in Borneo. Another one of these opportunities for collaboration is Earth Watchers. And the essence of Earth Watchers is that when we have the power of one united with many, and if we train our students to use the social media tools that are out there, they have the opportunity to make a serious impact. And how this works is, here's a picture of the forests of Borneo in one region, and each of the students is given a little shape, so a little hexagon area for them to monitor. And you can see that one of them is red, and as a result of that, we know that there's been deforestation that's taken place, and this is all updated real time, at least once a week. And so the students would then use that information, would bring together their peers, because it has to be cross-referenced by at least 5 different sites who also notice that, and then they team and give that information to the eco warriors who team up with the Borneo government and go in and see what's going on. Now, not only are they doing that, but they're linking with each other through the use of webinars, again, from people from all over the world who will come in and talk about their forest systems and make the kind of that face-to-face learning experience for our students. And sharing as part of that would be the different projects they're involved in. So the school on the left is a school in Sri Lanka who organized a march, 9,000 students who attended it, absolutely incredible. Then Singapore on our right here, some students who are having a little bake sale. We have some shots from an elementary school who's doing some awareness of palm oil and where it's used in products. We have a high school here that's done some interesting multicultural day, all talking about how different cultures use and are impacted by forests. And all of this culminates in a global project that you can participate in. Now, we'll have a meeting at the end of May. The date has yet to be decided. But the big thing we want to take away from today is that not everybody is going to jump into some massive project. But whether you go big or you go small, there's an opportunity for you to participate. Whether you just download the teacher resources and spend a couple of lessons on this, or you decide to go farther and turn this into student action guides, raising our little eco warriors, and you spend a couple of weeks on the project. Whether you decide to do one webinar with an expert or you decide to do many webinars with an expert. One of the potential partners here is that we set up a partner school, and one of the projects that has been really successful is where students send different animals. In our case, we might send to the Australians a picture of a grizzly bear, and they would send us a picture of a koala bear or maybe an orangutan. And then our students would take them on tours and take pictures and videos of all the different places they're showing in our ecosystems, our forests, and vice versa, and the students would share that. And one big project that we're very excited about is the North American movie premiere of Rise of the Eco Warriors, which was premiered at the Sydney International Film Festival in 2013. We'd be bringing it to North America. Alberta would be the premier district, and we would be featuring this work as it goes all across Canada at the end of October. So, in the midst of all of this, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this truly does embody where our inspiring education and curriculum redesign is going. We are engaging students by letting them know that what they are learning is important and it's going to be used as ethical citizens. They are going to know that the world needs them to make a difference and that they need to make a difference. And entrepreneurial in the sense that what do we need to do? What do we need to do to make this happen? Empower our neighborhoods towards change. I've listed my email here at the bottom, so I invite you, please send me an email. I'd love to connect and see how we can have your school involved in the project.